folks, Chris Gordon here, and I wanted to share another really fun picking workout for myself, and that's from Sloninsky's Thesaurus of Scales and Melodic Patterns. As I said in the last video, I do a lot of work out of the Stradiak book, and I equally do the same amount of work out of the Sloninsky book. A lot of great ideas for developing lines, developing compositions, all kinds of stuff. But right on the surface of this book is just a myriad of great exercises. And for me, as I said earlier in my other video about getting my alternate picking back into shape, this book is invaluable. So I'm going to use the very first pattern in the book, which is the pattern number 1. It consists of 4 notes: C, D flat, F sharp, and G. And it just moves through octaves. The C is always going to be the turnaround note. The turnaround note is always going to be the root before I go back. So for instance here, just in those 2 octaves. Notice I'm only using my index and middle finger until I get to that C. I get the ring finger involved. Got that 8th note or 16th note feel. Groups of 4. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move up and add another octave. And before I even talk about what I'm going to do rhythmically to that, I want to address this high octave because there's a reach here. I'm reaching from the G to a C. That's a 4th. Now, to accommodate that in the same time field that I did the first part of the exercise, I need to change the rhythmic grouping from groups of 4 to groups of 3 or groups of 6. So it would go, for instance, if I went... be another way to put it, if I was doing 8th notes here, 2 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and triplet. That way it stays in time. So if I doubled that up, that's how I would do that at whatever tempo you're setting your time to, whether it's a drum machine or a metronome or just your inner clock, whatever you're feeling. But I'm breaking that into either a group of 4 or a group of 6, groups of 2 or groups of 3. And it's just really great to lock in the picking with that. And what I did at the end of the intro video is I resolved it to a B major 7. B major 7 arpeggio, and its inversions, which I'm going to talk about another time. I'll get into resolutions because that's where the theory comes in. You can resolve this to not only 4 different chords, technically 8 different chords, and some of the other modalities that come from that. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole just yet. Just want to get this going for the sake of the technique. I also will revisit some of these exercises from that book, focusing on legato or hammer and pull-offs, whatever your nomenclature is for that technique. But today, let's just keep picking and move between these 2. And I will see you soon. Hope everyone's doing well.